Hi and welcome back to my channel Modern Modis. In today's video I'm going to be making my very first fly front shorts. So that was my original intro for this video, and future me is here to tell you it did not go as planned. I made a lot of mistakes. Too tight. That's why you're going to see in the beginning of the video me working with the pink fabric, and then you'll see me switch over to working with this green fabric. But not all is lost. I learned a lot. The pink shorts are not horrible, I just can't fit them. They're too tight for me to even model for this video. Let's just jump right in. I started by tracing my shorts onto my paper. By the way, this paper is going to be linked in the description box if you're curious where I got it from. But yeah, I'm just tracing the shorts. I traced up to above the waistband since these shorts are not high waist and I wanted my shorts to be high waist. Then I traced everything out in marker and labeled it as the front, and I added hem allowance. Next, here's where I'm going wrong. I measured my zipper, which is 9 inches, and then I measured that 9 inches onto the front of my shorts. Mistake number 1. Okay, so this little zipper front that I'm adding is too long. What I should have done, which I'm correcting on the green pair of shorts, is I should have shortened that zipper front flap. Okay, so here's the correction that I made here. I didn't realize this mistake till later, so I continued to draft my pattern. I continued by tracing a curved line for my pocket. I thought I was correcting this little fly because it should have been straighter, which was a good adjustment, but still not good enough since it's still too long. But anyway, I cut that piece of the pocket. I added this little lining front for the pocket lining, and I marked that I would add 1 inch to that piece of the pocket I cut out. I traced this onto the paper for my pocket lining, and yeah, these are my 2 pocket lining pieces. Then I cut this piece, which is going to be the zipper protector. But yeah, that's my pieces so far. And I almost forgot, I also cut this little piece to be the pocket inside the pocket on one side. Then I moved on to the back. I traced the back, and you know, when tracing the back, part of the crotch part is folded under, so I folded that out and made it made sure to include that, which leads me to mistake number 2. These shorts are not wide enough. They were very tight when I did it in the pink, and what I should have done is made them wider. So you see here I am correcting it on the green pants, which leads me to mistake number 3. Lots of mistakes. These 2 inner seam lines do not add up, and that's gonna not work out when it's time to sew them together. So on the green short, I made sure these 2 were the same length, and then I went back to drafting my pattern and made a back pocket, and I just mocked the back pocket on my jean shorts for this. Okay, so I cut out all my fabric pieces, and now I'm going to start assembling the shorts. I'm going to start with the pockets first. I already did this one side pocket here, and now I'm going to do the other pocket. The difference between this pocket and the other pocket is the other pocket has that little mini pocket that are in jean pockets sometimes. That little extra pocket detail that are on jeans. So you see there's a cute little pocket inside the pocket. So let's do that pocket. Okay, so I started by hemming the sides of my little pocket, or just a little decorative inner pocket, and then I just attached it to the outer curve along the side. So here it is. Here's my pocket attached, my little pocket. Then I have this piece which I just used so that there was no raw edges inside of the pocket. This is just going to clean up the raw edge, which, you know, it adds bulk to my seam. What would have been better would have been to serge that raw edge and just omit this step altogether, but I didn't feel like serging, and for some reason I thought this would be simpler. So yeah, there I am just attaching it, pressing it in to the wrong side, and trimming off that excess, pressing again, and just adding it to my pocket bag. I sewed it on along this curve and along the straight edge. Then I went, and this is the pocket lining for the other side of the bag, the pocket lining I mean. Yeah, I just did the same steps and I sewed it on. Next, I'm going to attach the pocket bag to my pants, right sides facing. I sewed on the front lining. I snipped the edges to reduce bulk in the seam, turned it over, pressed it, and I top stitched. And now I'm going to add the other half of my pocket bag, and I'm going to sew these two together like this. And then I just added bias tape to clean up the raw edge. And here's my finished pocket. I think this little pocket inside my pocket is super cute. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Now I'm going to move on to doing the zipper fly. Okay, my original plan was to fast forward through this so you can still see the steps I took with the pink shorts and it not make the video much longer since I'm going to do them all over on the green shorts. But I figured that's just a waste of time. I don't want to have to edit that. So I'm stopping here. I just showed you how I made this little zipper protector. It's super sped up, so I hope you could see because I forgot to record that with the green pair. After those steps that I ended up deleting out this video is when I realized my errors. Mistakes were made. The shorts are too tight. That's why I can barely put my hands in these pockets. So I'm going to be making the green pair bigger. I had a very hard time with this fly. It wasn't too hard, but it became difficult to make this fly cover sit nice and flat. I think I need to use a shorter zipper and that will resolve that problem. But yeah, 9-inch zipper, no good. And I seam ripped out the stitch, the top stitch I had on the outer side of the cover part because it just looked wavy to me. So I'm going to use a shorter zipper. Let's see how it comes out. So here's my green shorts. I already sewed the pockets on the same way I did for the pink one. Here's my zipper that I shortened. It was actually a 9-inch zipper. Yeah, so there's my shorter curve, there's my shorter zipper. I'm going to start by laying the two fronts together, right sides facing. By the way, look at this pocket. I did not do the bias tape finish. I just did one long pocket bag, and I think that's so much better. I sewed a stitch here and a basting stitch on this part. I opened the flaps, and now I'm going to sew my zipper on. The edge of my zipper, not the zipper teeth, but the zipper side, I'm going to line up with the center seam right there, and I'm going to stitch that on. So this is it stitched on. Now I'm going to undo the zipper and I'm going to pin it to the other side, and for this I'm lining up the zipper teeth with that middle seam, and I stitched it on. You see how it's lined up with the middle seam? Now I'm going to seam rip open that basting stitch, and look, it's looking better already. Now I'm going to top stitch here, and I'm going to top stitch down this front flap as well. This is where I had trouble on my pink shorts because of that long zipper. But let's see. Oh, there we go. No trouble here, right? The short zipper is the solution. But now I'm adding the zipper protectors, and I'm just making sure it's sitting far enough in behind the zipper. I stitch that on, and then I cut the excess, overlock stitch the raw edge, and now I'm just going to top stitch it down from the front. Now I'm just drawing out where I want this curved line to go in the front because I don't want to just wing it. I want it to be a line there to follow because I'll mess it up. I'm just making sure that the zipper protector doesn't get caught in there when I sew it, and I sewed it down 2 stitches, which you can barely see, but it came out really well. Now I'm going to top stitch down this right here, and I attach the 2 backs and top stitch down those 2, and now I'm going to attach the back of the shorts to the front of the shorts, starting from the crotch seam down the inner legs and on the outer side. I'm loving these shorts. They fit really nice. The shorter zipper definitely resolved the issue I was having there. I had no problem sewing this fly at all thanks to using a shorter zipper. Extending the sides worked really well because I have good space. I can move really well in these. So I'm going to add the waistband and hem the bottom. But first I put in the shorts inside out, and I added these 2 darts to the back to take in the back waist a little bit. Yeah, so I'm just sewing them in, but these darts were taken in a little too much because they were making the shorts a little tight. So I ended up undoing them and taking them a little less in, as you can see right here. Then I just pressed in the size of my pockets. I'm going to overlock stitch the raw edge here before I press that down. And here's how the pocket looks after I did that. Now I'm going to just place them onto my shorts, pin them on, and sew them into place. And here's my pocket sewn on, which I think is so cute. Now I'm just going to hem the bottom of my shorts with the double folds. So now my shorts are hemmed and it's time to do the waistband. I cut it into 2 strips, one for the lining waistband or the inner waistband, and one for the outer. I should have cut them into 4 strips and joined them at the back. You'll see why later. But I'm just pinning the waistband onto the shorts. I sewed it on, and that's when I tried them on and realized that the back should have been angled better. So I angled the back on both waistbands and cut the excess fabric. Right sides facing. I sewed them together up and around. I'm trimming the excess off the corners so that these will turn out better and sit nice. And then I just turned the waistband to the inside of my shorts. Now I'm just going to fold under that raw edge and sew the waistband into place like this. I'm going to first sew the belt loop. And I'm going to sew that onto my shorts. And next I have my button foot, and I started to sew my buttonhole, but my button foot gave up on me halfway through sewing it and was just sewing still in the same place and not moving forward. It was just too thick for it to sew through. So I ended up finishing the buttonhole myself manually with a zigzag stitch. Here's a what I wanted versus what I got moment. I just cut that buttonhole open. I sewed on the button, and now my shorts are super cute and they're finished. They're not perfect, but I'm loving them so much. They fit so nice. These hit just above my belly button, and I think that's the perfect height for high-waisted shorts. For my first finished pair, I'd say I'm very pleased and I cannot wait to wear these. I learned a lot, and I think now I know how to go in and make myself a nice pair of shorts after this. I'm going to finish the pink ones, even though I know they fit a little tighter than I like them to, and you know, they're a little shorter than I intended. I'm going to finish them anyway, and we'll see how those come out. And look how cute they are. I'm so upset that they're too tight. I mean, they're just a little too tight, so maybe one day I can squeeze into them and wear them. But I love these pink shorts. I'm going to definitely put them in a closet. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment if there's anything you'd like to see me make. Don't forget to check out my blog at modernmodiste.com. Follow me on Instagram if you want at modernmodiste. And yeah, thank you for all the support, the follows, the likes, and every comment. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!